Fellas, listen to me. Listen to me. I got fellas. This is the beginning of a rollout of videos that I'm chopping a bunch of short videos. I'm gonna try to keep some of my videos like 20 minutes and under. I want you guys to understand. Soon, I told you guys, they said by 2030, by 2028, most women will be single and or childless. By 2030, the homeless population will be majority women. Are you ready for this, fellas? This is gonna play a part. There are studies. Why are there studies showing this? Because people need to know where to invest their money. These multi-billionaire companies, you guys don't want to listen because it hurts your feelings, your little feelings.
I got my swag right, feeling crispy clean. Girl, I'm the flyest mother you've ever seen.
Welcome back to the Hear Me Out podcast in association with True Hall of Fame Builds. I'm your host, Michael May, and today, y'all, it's getting scary out there, man. Fellas, everything y'all hear me tell y'all, preach to y'all, show y'all, break down to y'all, present to y'all, everything, however you want to cut it. Fellas, listen to me. It is getting scary. Fellas, listen to me. You know how you always hear on the news, oh, the women are the most educated? No, the women are the most enrolled in school. But anyway, fellas, listen to this. Shout out to Anton Daniels. You already know I love his channel. I was the first person reacting to actual reaction videos on YouTube. Let's just go on record by saying that. You go back and look at my actual Hear Me Out podcast channel. People used to laugh at me. Now everybody's doing it. Isn't it funny? Right. When you're a trailblazer, people laugh at you, then they watch you, and then they copy you. It is what it is. But I want to dive right into this video. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. Let's dive right in. This is fellas, I want you to understand. This is all tied to each other. This, fellas, this is gonna affect your relationships. It should. It's gonna affect how you date. It should affect how you vet women. You should always ask women about their debt. Fellas, pay attention. Pay attention, please.
5.3 million people are allegedly in student loan default. Let me play this quick clip, and then we're gonna get straight into the conversation, and we're gonna move over to Stephen A. Smith. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. 5.3 million people are being reported to be in student loan default.
Fox 5 is watching your wallet tonight, and if your student loans are in default, they could be about to go into collection, and you could even have your wages garnished. Fox 8's Kendall Green is here with how this could affect millions of borrowers currently in default. Kendall.
Hey, good evening, Natasha. Out of the more than 262 million adults in the U.S., about 42 million have student debt, and these sweeping changes in just a matter of weeks could affect more than 60% of those borrowers either behind or in default on their payments. After a 5-year-long pause on student debt collections, the Trump administration is forcing borrowers to pay up, beginning as early as next month.
No student loan has been referred to collection since March of 2020. That comes to an end.
Tuesday, White House Press Secretary Leavitt announced on May 5th the Department of Education will begin involuntary collections from borrowers with federal student loans in default. The feds report the country's student loan debt has reached nearly $1.6 trillion among nearly 43 million borrowers.
Are you looking at this number? 1.6 1.6 listen, all right, let's go through the steps. Right, there's hundreds, thousands, 100,000, million, after million, I could be wrong. Maybe I know me and Anton. We see students. Isn't it billion? And after billion, isn't it then trillion? This is insane.
With fewer than 4 out of 10 borrowers current in repayment.
So, a lot of y'all may be unfamiliar with student loans. I hear a lot of people complaining about it on social media. I've seen some disrespectful numbers. Somebody said, last I checked, Texas land was cheap. No, Texas land is not cheap. Texas land is cheaper than what you see over in California, but Texas land also can kick your butt when it comes to property taxes, so be careful. It's not just the price of the land. Y'all gotta also take into consideration property taxes. Go online and type in how much you're going to be paying for property taxes every single year. That is going to be the biggest thing. It's the property taxes. It's the property taxes. I've seen some disrespectful numbers of people that are basically dreading the idea that they have to start to repay their student loans. I seen one lady said that she had student loans that totaled over 280,000, 266,000. I did a review video on it yesterday. She said her husband was at like 580. I didn't know if she had made a mistake and said 580 or something like that. But
can you imagine that? Being 500K in student loan debt? What? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 500, bro. All right, fellas, hear me out, fellas, hear me out. Now, for the ladies who are watching, I'm sorry. I gotta make sure I teach my men this. Fellas, you have to start asking women when you're dating them, do you have any debt? If you know that debt is out of control, fellas, I would suggest that you, if you're gonna date, cool, but when it comes to marrying, you gotta make sure that she gets that student loan cleared up. Because fellas, I'm gonna say this again, We've been telling you this for the longest time. The Coach Gregs, the Anton Daniels, the Fresh and Fits, and we've been telling you guys, fellas, we are in love. Women are in business. And you're gonna start, fellas, listen to me. You don't see all these chicks crashing out on TikTok, all these women that are homeless all over TikTok, taking showers in the gym, living out of their cars. Fellas, listen to me. Fellas, this is going to get worse. It's not gonna get, fellas, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Fellas, you have to start paying attention, because you're gonna start seeing women conform, camouflage. All the feminist women, like, oh, I don't need no man, I'm a boss chick, I live. Those fellas, pay attention, because you're gonna start seeing a lot of those women that were saying those things they're gonna change their tune. Fellas, a lot of women know that they're running out of time. Fellas, I'm gonna say this again. A lot of women know that they're running out of time. Fellas, please. Fellas, I'm telling you, you are about to become one of the most handsome men on planet Earth. Because a lot of women, fellas, women were already complaining about living check to check. Now, what happens when they start garnishing their check? Without even no permission, no say, no nothing, just straight, we be taking that money. Why? Because it's not your money. You borrowed it. You gotta give it back. Fellas, get ready, man. But listen.
How do y'all get to such huge student loan numbers. What the hell is y'all doing? How do y'all get to $100,000+ in student loans?
It's crazy.
Y'all don't work? What, y'all just living off of the money?
Anton is like,
you know that student loans is an
confused.
investment into your future, right? And if you don't have the ability to pay it back, then that means that it was a bad investment. $1.6 trillion in total debt. You know what the United States of America could do with that good old money? 4 out of 10 borrowers, or 2 out of 5, are in repayment. Nearly 1 in 4 are delinquent. That means they are going to start coming for your Social Security. They are going to start coming for your monies. What is one way that you can defer this? Well, one way that I don't necessarily agree with is that there are people that are basically re-enrolling in school to then be able to push back their repayments of their loans. Other people are refinancing and then taking.
You definitely shouldn't jump back into school just to push this process back, because you're only making it worse.
Been out for another 10 years. I seen a woman say that she's made so far 166 payments on her student loans that she hasn't even made a dent in it. I will tell you this. There are also
People, you do know that when you're making your payments towards your student loan, that first big chunk that you start paying, it's only going to the interest. You're paying the interest back first, and then you start jumping into principal payments, the actual loan. But let's keep rocking and rolling. I'm gonna let Anton got this on
the
lock.
part that a lot of people don't want to include in this conversation. When the economy went bust in 2008, when the Obama administration came into office in 2008, they pushed for people to go back to school, and they expanded their programs when it came to pushing you and making it easier for you to be able to take out loans. Private loans, regular student loans, regular government loans. They made it incredibly easy for you to get your hands on money. Why? Because even though they knew that you was gonna have to repay it down the road, it helped people to survive in their living circumstances. People that were taking out loans in 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, those are the ones that are struggling to repay their student loans back the most. They took those loans out as a lifeline. They lived off of them. And then a lot of people never even finished school. And so now you see why a lot of people, see, there's people in the chat. Brandy said it's the biggest mistake of her life. During Obama's administration, they were pushing everybody to repivot when it came to their career. A lot of people went back to school, and a lot of people took out student loans as a result of it.
I will say this. I am grateful, especially when the whole country shut down for that time. Things got really hard for everybody. I am 100% grateful that people in New York City, at the time when that thing happened, I was working 2 full-time 40-hour jobs. And that's illegal in New York State. It's illegal for you to work 2 full 40-hour jobs, especially without the proper spacing. Shout out to my bosses, Michelle. Shout out to you. She held me down. Shout out to Diaz. They held me down. But legitimate. I was working 2 full 40-hour jobs. And I was making it, caking it, striving. And all the time, all the loans, all the opportunities that I had, I worked for every single thing I did. And I'm so grateful. Like, even my wife, y'all hear me, even my wife, when I first met her, she could tell you. I asked her if she has any loans, any debt. My wife has been on top of that from day one. Shout out to my wife, man. I give her mad credit because even though now whatever we do it together. Listen, I will walk through fire for her. You feel what I'm saying? Anybody under my care, they under my care. But I want you to understand something. More women, fellas, listen to me. Listen to me. Fellas, this is the beginning of a rollout of videos that I'm chopping a bunch of short videos. I'm gonna try to keep some of my videos like 20 minutes and under. I want you guys to understand. Soon, I told you guys, they said by 2030, by 2028, most women will be single and or childless. By 2030, the homeless population will be majority women. Are you ready for this, fellas? This is gonna play a part. There are studies. Why are there studies showing this? Because people need to know where to invest their money. These multi-billionaire companies, you guys don't want to listen because it hurts your feelings, your little feelings. It is what it is.
That's just the truth. That's the honest to God truth. A lot of the things that you see happening in society today, you can trace it back to the political administration that was in office at that time. A lot of people are now choosing to go back to school, and they taking out these trash degrees, and they're not learning from the things that they did in their past, and they got to suffer as a result of it. It's a lot of people taking out student loans, fam.
3 million borrowers, with fewer than 4 out of 10 borrowers current in repayment.
Millions will feel this.
The pandemic era pause, triggered by Trump and extended multiple times under the Biden administration, reached its final grace period in October last year. Since then, the volume of borrowers in default skyrocketed to more than 5.3 million. As data shows, 4 million borrowers are between 3 and 6 months behind on payments. Now, all in that category are subject to have government payments held back, including tax refunds and federal salaries.
Crazy.
Going into default, it takes 270 days, right? You're delinquent if you're 1 day late. It takes 90 days for them to report to credit agencies, but the immediate impact of wage garnishment or taking away your tax refund or however much you get from Social Security, some people live on that.
Debt cannot be wiped away. It just ends up getting transferred to others.
Yep.
After a 30-day notice, the government plans to garnish wages for borrowers in default.
When they were forgiving a lot of these people's student loans, that wasn't just disappearing, that was paid from the taxpayers.
Right.
That was money from you, money from you, money from you. Now, I know some people that did get their student loans forgiven. Really, it got paid by federal taxpayers. And they're incredibly thankful as a result of it.
Yep.
But for the overwhelming majority of people, listen, if you was able to finesse the government into paying your student loans, congratulations, you won. You won if you finessed the government or you finessed the government on behalf of taxpayers to forgive your student loans. But for the majority of y'all, you should have already had a plan to pay it in the first place.
The ballooning debt and unfair liability to taxpayers. The best advice from Andrew Pentis, a certified student debt counselor at Bankrate, is for borrowers to consider rehabbing their loans by making 9 on-time payments within a 10-month period.
If that's not doable for you, as it won't be for many federal student loan borrowers, the more realistic option is to consolidate your federal student loans with your federal student loan servicer. And then ideally, to get that lower monthly payment, apply for an income-driven repayment plan.
Don't do that. Let me tell y'all something.
This is a fact.
Give y'all bad advice. Oh, I hate to.
I will say this. This is the reason why sometimes you can't really listen to the news, because remember, the news is in business with the banks and the networks, and their job is to keep you broke. You don't understand this. But let's listen to Anton.
Do this. I hate to have this uncomfortable conversation with y'all. They are going to tell you to jump on an income-based repayment plan. You'll never get out of it. You'll just be paying the interest for the rest of your life. Because what they're trying to tell you guys to do is to lower the amount that you have to have in your payment so that you can then be able to live the lifestyle that you need to live. But you are going to continue to accrue interest and you're not going to pay down the principal. When you are on an income-based repayment plan for your student loans, you do not come from under that loan. That's why you wind up paying that loan for the next 25, 30 years until you die. You wind up paying that student loan for the next 25 to 30 years until you die. It's like,
don't do that.
Imagine being on child support for the rest of your life. Not just for the 18 years, you on child support for the rest of your life. Imagine paying alimony for the rest of your life. Except for the person that's on the receiving end of your money is the bank, it's the federal government. If your payments are $500 a month, right? And they put you on an income-based repayment plan, and that's basically they're going to allow for you to pay whatever you can pay according to your income. But you have a $40,000 student loan. In 5 years, if you never get a raise or you never start to pay off that loan, then you will effectively have a higher balance in 5 years than when you was paying it. The only thing that they're saying is that we're not going to put you in delinquency. We're not going to mess up your credit rating. This is why credit ratings are dangerous, because credit ratings only measure your ability to pay things back on time and faster. It doesn't actually say that you're going to be wealthy as a result of it. I remember.
Listen, man, I got to stop it right there. Fellas, hear me out. Fellas, before I let y'all go, fellas, you hear it all over the news. Women are in college. They're so educated. They're more enrolled in this and enrolled in that, and more than men. Fellas, who do you think holds this debt? Fellas, you don't think that some of these women are gonna need help? Fellas, you have to start asking these questions. And I always have to bring it back to relationship, because this is what a lot of you guys, you desire relationships, as you should, but you guys are, fellas, you jump into relationships for the wrong reasons. Oh, she look good. Look at that ass. Oh, her ass is fat. Oh, she looks so cute. Fellas, I'm gonna say this again. I said this earlier on my live stream, yesterday on my live stream. Wealthy men and smart men will go down in looks to go up in cooperation. Fellas, get ready. This is biblical. Fellas, get ready. This is biblical. You're gonna see things happen in so fast, at such a rate. This is, fellas, this is biblical. It's about to be scary. Fellas, right now is not the time to be dating, cohabitating. This is the time to get your bread right, get your mind right, do what you gotta do. Fellas, you are gonna start seeing women coming at you left and right. Why? Because they don't need love, they need help. And I'm always going to keep you guys ready and on point for this. Y'all already know what time it is, man. True Hall of Fame builds. Thank you for being here to hear me on podcast, man. I'm your host, Michael May. Y'all already know, man. I see y'all on the flip side. Y'all two sides. You heard? Wepa.